is Zelda Fitzgerald. I'm the chair lady of For All Queens, which is an organization that focuses on the non-siders. We raise the flag of the often imitated, never duplicated non-siders. And Miss was speaking about the ballroom and about racial and gender equality. First of all, I'm not, there's some things that I don't touch upon. I am a straight woman, a black straight woman, so there's certain things when it comes to gender equality. Personally, yes, I am a woman, but I feel like the talk regarding gender equality should be first done by trans women, because those are the women that are the trans black women. Those are the women where it starts with to begin with. So I'm not gonna touch upon that. I will be talking about something else. I'll be sharing my personal experience as a black woman who is an artist in a white scene. A few days ago, there was a debate called The End of the White World. And I was super excited. I was like, yes, it's gonna happen. This is gonna be an iconic moment for Antwerp. So I get there, I get dressed, I'm wearing my heels, I'm looking gorgeous, and I'm super excited to go with all the people who are in For All Queens. By the way, all the way in the back, we have Hari. This is the secretary of For All Queens, and the person who makes sure that we keep our head focused and nice and radical, because I believe that's what is needed at this moment. And I'm sitting there, and it starts out super nice. I see a black woman speaking on ending the white world, and and I was feeling so empowered and so supported. To finally then this was a 2-3 hour event. In 10 minutes, we're already listening to white people defending themselves on how inclusive they are, how diverse they are, and how much work they're doing, and what is so amazing about what they're doing. And I'm sitting here again, because in my daily life, this is what I go through back to back. Oh, what do you think about the Black Pink discussion? Some type of I constantly have to legitimize myself as a safe black person. So then I have to go and listen to white people defend themselves for how proactive they are in this work. So I then decided for myself to never step in an environment again where I do not know if my heart is safe. And here I am now in front of a bunch of white people talking about my experiences. But I also believe that we have to talk, because it's super uncomfortable for everybody involved. What I really saw during this debate was just the just a simple lack of know-how from the people who, I'm just gonna call it the white party, and also a frustration from the black party with regard to why don't you understand what I'm saying? But you can't understand. I will never understand how it is to be a white man. I will never understand how it is to be a trans woman. I will never understand how it is to tell people that you're gay. I will never understand that. But what I feel is a good thing is to talk and listen to each other and stop being defensive. Stop letting your ego do the talking. This is really not about us. It's really not about us. This is about our offspring. This is about our legacy. This is about the world we are leaving behind. So to bring it connected with For All Queens, because I've been having these instances, obviously, my whole life. I mean, I just started talking about my experiences the last 4 years. I just started wearing my hair in an afro the last 6 years. I just started acknowledging the feeling I would have during the 5th of December when it's time for Zwarte. I just started understanding why do I really feel so bad when it's that time. And this happened when I started talking to like-minded people. When I started, maybe not even like-minded people, started talking to people who really looked like me. And it sounds so basic. It sounds also very like, oh yeah, so can you only talk to people who look like you? No, that's not the case at all. And here I am being defensive again because I am in front of a group of white people who I feel can easily kunnen we betichten van exclusion or reverse racism. And it's a scary feeling. It's not a feeling of safety. But I started meeting different people who were radical, doing radical shit. Black women just being loud in the middle of the market, just saying what the fuck it is, and really, whoa, I was shocked. I was like, oh, you can speak. I remember being in Ghent, one of my first parties in Ghent. I'm a club kid, and I'm a techno and house girl. And if a lot of you go to techno and house parties, a lot of the people there are very, well, everybody's white, actually. So I remember I was rapping, there was this major beat, I'm rapping at a house party, and somebody comes to me, no, don't do that. You're disturbing the sound. Because in techno, it's about the instruments and not the voice. Little did I know that my voice is an instrument, for sure. And little did I know that techno was created by African American people. And rap was one of the major instruments they used in their music. If I would have listened to this story and this guy who is a major DJ in Ghent and has everything together, I would have never been an MC. As a matter of fact, I'm also an MC. Being surrounded with people who I immediately could see that would understand what I'm talking about was so, it felt like I was in a warm bath, and every time I would talk to somebody, I would relate it to my own experiences and say, ah, okay, so that's what it's called, or that's what it is, or that's what it is, and that's what it is. But then being a non-sider, also being amongst black people can sometimes also be, being in a group in general can also sometimes be challenging. You never fit in if you're a glitch. I see myself as a glitch or as somebody who is just so rebellious that I will never conform to anything. So also there, sometimes I would feel, oh, am I not doing enough? Am I not black enough? Am I not all of that enough? So I thought, I know 100% sure that there's a lot of other people going through this predicament. So I moved to Antwerp because I was partying a lot here and it was amazing. I met, God blessed me with so many beautiful people in my life. It was on another level, and I started learning that white people aren't the enemy per se. I'm saying per se. I'm saying that everybody, or at least the people that I was meeting, were going through some predicaments in life. A lot of depression, people who were battling depression, people who were feeling excluded, people who never felt a part of anything. So we created For All Queens to be a warm bath for those people. You know, a place where you can be. You can just be. If you're loud, be fucking loud. If you're quiet and timid, be timid. If you're somebody who, I don't know, is angry, be angry. You have that space to do so. But what is very important is knowing your position in this. As I said, I'm a straight woman, cisgendered, so I will not talk on queerness or what it is to be gay and what we should be doing about gay and legislation about gay and la la la, as you did. It was very uncomfortable to hear a white man talk about stuff that negatively affect me and actually damage me. So I really just hope that just sharing my story and trying to be vulnerable in a situation where it's not as comfortable to be vulnerable, to urge us all to really, really look at ourselves, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. Just looking at yourself and understanding who you are, and also how people view you. And how will you know how people view you? By talking to people. Talk to people and listen. Don't, the defensiveness, I have it too. I'm in ballroom. This is a ballroom is a community filled with butch queens, gay men, femme queens, a lot of different people. And the first 3 years, I didn't dare to speak. I was the MC of the ball, but I didn't dare to speak because I was overwhelmed by all of this galore, which also created an aversion, because I'm already a cisgendered woman. I have the mic, I'm leading the ball, but I'm not hanging out with anybody. And that's when I really learned how your appearance and also your being can jeopardize somebody's feeling of safety. Just already being there can already create a feeling of mistrust and a feeling of not feeling safe. And I really still have to learn. I still have to make sure that just because I'm one of the hanging with the butch queens doesn't mean I can be saying like reckless shit about maybe their HIV status. We've had cisgendered women talk about people's HIV status. I myself have depicted people for not being out yet, which is a dangerous thing. Like, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I to even say such a thing? Who am I to even decide what you have to be doing with your life? Nobody. And for me, as a black cisgendered woman, it's even hard, so I can kind of imagine how it would be for a white woman, or a white person, a white man, to look at themselves and be like, yo, shit, man, this is not my place to speak. This is not my place. But still, if we really care and really feel that we would love a beautiful world in 50 years for all our kids or all our peoples, or just our legacies, just our people who will follow us. If we want this world to stay existent, these are the steps, the first step, the primal step we should be taking. You can do everything with workshops and da-da-da-da-da. You can get together and talk to each other, but the most important thing is looking at yourself, and then you will find the people who belong to you. It will attract, and then you will feel supported, and then you will grow, etc., etc., etc.